Hello, I'm Mayor Barbara McMorrow, and on behalf of Deputy Mayor Lester Preston, Committeeman Anthony Amiano, Tom Cook, and David Salkin, I welcome you to From the Mayor's Desk. And we have a very special show for you today about a very special topic, and we have very special guests. And if you haven't guessed, it's about the Special Olympics. It really is going to be a wonderful show. We've had some great discussions before we even began taping our show today, and we want to share it all with you. So sit back, listen, enjoy, learn, and if you want to get in touch with the members of Special Olympics, particularly with Freehold Lightning, and you'll know more about them in just a few moments, the information will come across our screen and it will be up at the end of the program. So you don't have to worry about reaching for the phone or the computer or, in my case, a pencil to get the information down. So let's begin. I'm going to ask my guests to please introduce themselves and say your role in the Special Olympics.
My name is Cheryl Donlon, and I am head coach of Freehold Lightning.
I'm Sadie Ritchie, and I am the bowling coach for Freehold Lightning.
And I'm Liz Newman. I'm the head coach for the track and field, Freehold Lightning.
So let's talk a little bit about Freehold Lightning. That's the name of your group, of your teams. Let's talk about that and talk a little bit about Special Olympics in general. Maybe do that first. What are the Special Olympics? And then we'll talk how you became Freehold Lightning.
Well, Special Olympics is a worldwide organization for young adults, and actually they even go down to as young as
Seven.
But I do think they have a young athletes.
They do.
Which may be
Below
younger.
7 is young
Right.
athletes.
And I don't think there's any end age. It goes
As long as they're able to participate,
participate.
and
That's
if they
wonderful.
have a developmental disability. That's a criteria
correct.
to be part of Special Olympics.
Okay.
Right. So in New Jersey, there are different areas that make up Special Olympics. We are Area 6, so Monmouth and Ocean County. And Freehold Lightning is part of that group. And we are made up, currently right now, we participate in bowling and track and field. And our group is pretty much 16 plus. And we are in Freehold Township, Howell. We have athletes from Freehold Township, Howell, Manalapan, Marlboro. So we have a big group of great
How many?
athletes.
How many do you have? Do you know?
We have about 19 track and field athletes, and we have about
We have 14 bowlers
Mhm.
this year, but we're recruiting some more. I
Mhm.
have
Okay.
a few. I have a few on the back burner coming in September.
Okay. And as you listen, you may even think that you'd like to belong and join. So keep that in mind.
Absolutely.
Right. And we also have 3 other coaches who couldn't be here with us today, but so we have a good core group that works with our athletes. And in bowling, we train them to go on to competitions, area, sectional, state. And in track and field, we train them in many different events and to go on to area games and then finally summer games that we can talk a little bit more about later.
So how did you get the name Freehold Lightning?
Well, it's it's a funny story. Back in probably 2007 or 8, a teacher from Freehold Township, Laura Donovan in Freehold Township, Jessie Pegenkoff, then Lazarick, she was my son's teacher. And she said, how come your son's not participating in Special Olympics? And I said, well, there's not a team. So she started a team
Really?
back then, yes. So we were a small group and we've grown since then. And when Jessie got married and started having children, then Tina Belka, another teacher from Laura Donovan, took it over. So, and then when Tina's son started going to college and life got a little crazy for her, then the parents all jumped in. And we didn't want to see it go away. So it was important for us and for our kids to keep it going.
It's a community effort.
It
Yes.
is.
Yes.
And
Definitely.
since right now we're bowling and track, so you got to strike in bowling like lightning, and you run like lightning.
Oh, that's a great
in
idea.
track. So, and
Right.
it originated in Freehold. That's why we are Freehold Lightning.
Right.
That's a great way to get the name and easy to remember.
Yes.
And just because it says Freehold Lightning doesn't mean it's only Freehold.
No,
Correct.
absolutely not.
So if you're in Area 6, you can participate with Freehold Lightning. And if you're in other areas and seeing the show, 'cause I know our show goes to many communities, how would they find out where to locate
They can
their team?
They can reach out to sonj.org. That is Special Olympics website, and Special Olympics will put them in contact with Freehold Lightning. If they're interested in bowling, track and field, there are swim teams, there are soccer teams, there's flag football. I mean,
Everything.
they're all different. I
And
mean,
there is a swim team right in Freehold called the Marlins,
Really?
and they practice at the Freehold Y.
Mm-hmm.
So we don't have a swim team, but the Marlins do.
right, so
It's great.
Right.
they're
Yeah.
all different, areas that the athlete can participate in. Doesn't necessarily have to be for Freehold Lightning, but, we'd love to have them if they, love to have you if you'd like to bowl or train for track and field, yes.
Yes, and track and field has many different sports
Yes.
related to it, and we'll get to that. So I'm just so impressed by all that you're doing, and you volunteered to do all of this.
Yes, it's all
Yeah, we're all
voluntary. Yeah.
Well, I thank you. I
No,
really do.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Before we go any further, let me say that I thank you on behalf of all of the children and young adults who are able to participate in the Special Olympics. What you're doing really is just a wonderful, wonderful thing for our community. And it just, it's just a feel-good story. It does. It makes you feel good. So if you're tired of listening to the news, which is usually so awful, you can watch our show a couple of times and you'll feel better. We're like the antidote for the bad news that we usually have. So let's go then to bowling. I know there might be some other things that you want to say as well, but we'll come back and
Yeah,
forth.
that's fine.
I just wanted, bowling holds a special place in my heart. I was a varsity bowler in high school many, many, many years ago. I probably couldn't do it today because my knees probably wouldn't get me, up to the line there. But tell us about their bowling team.
Okay, so our bowling team, it's called Freehold Lightning, and we practice at Nob Hill Country Lanes in Manalapan. And by the way, Nob Hill has been wonderful with us. They give us a fantastic rate. They accommodate us as many lanes as we need.
Really?
We're allowed to have our parties there after the children bowl, young adults bowl. So they've been wonderful. So we practice there. So if you're thinking about bowling, you might want to
Go
give
to
Nob
Nob
Hill a
Hill.
visit. We have 14 athletes right now, as I said before, on the bowling team, and we are currently recruiting. Our athletes on the bowling team range in age from 19 to 28, but we can go as low as 7. Mostly we have older adults. There are other bowling teams that do kind of cater to the younger ones, and then there's no age limit at the end. And with bowling, you can bowl for a very long
Yes.
time.
It's a good activity.
It's a great activity, and they learn proper bowling rules. There are no bumpers. We change lanes. I'm sure you know about that. We have the foul lights on, so if they step on them, they don't score. And they learn all this stuff. And you think in the beginning, well, ooh, this is really difficult. We've had mothers and fathers who say, I don't know if my son or daughter can do that. They can do
They
it.
can do it.
Don't underestimate them. They can do it. So we start practicing usually September and go until March. And we have 3 competitions. The first competition is called the Area Games, and that is played at Shore Lanes in Neptune. And that's Area 6, Monmouth and Ocean counties. So they get together, they bowl, they're on teams. It's all very official because we have to send in
Scores,
averages, right? And they have to bowl at least 15 games to get their average. And then they're paired up, and they're also handicapped according to the bowling. And so they
Well,
compete.
let me stop right there. When you
Sure.
say handicap, not the handicap for the children or the
No.
young adults.
No.
People who don't bowl might not understand
All right,
handicap.
can you explain handicap? Because you are.
I can't anymore. They take your average of
Mhm.
what you bowl, and then when you go against another bowler, you have, if you are not as good, you get points.
Points, absolutely.
I remember that from
Yeah,
then.
very good.
You get points to equal the playing field.
And that's exactly what it does. It equals the playing
Right.
field. So they can put 6 bowlers on 2 lanes, and then they go back and forth and they bowl. At the end of the bowling, tournament, then they are awarded either a gold medal, a silver medal, or a bronze medal. And of course, gold is first place, silver is second place, and bronze is the third place. They must attain either a gold or silver medal at the area games to move on to the next competition, which is then the sectional games, which are played in Aberdeen at Strathmore Lanes. And again, anybody who had the gold or silver moves to that competition, and they play again. And if you get a gold or silver, you move on to the state games, which includes all of the state of New Jersey, and that's played in New Brunswick at Bolero. So out of our 14 athletes that competed this past year, we had 2 that moved on to the sectional games. We were so proud, and they were so
They're
proud.
so proud.
And then those 2 moved on to the state
States.
games
Wow.
also.
Yeah.
They both had silver medals at the sectional games, and they both had silver medals at the area games. And then they moved to states, and it wasn't a silver medal, but they did great. They did great, and they had a
Wow.
wonderful time.
I don't know how many of us could have done that.
Oh,
So,
I'm telling you, you
Yeah.
see those bowlers, your eyes
Yes.
pop out of your head.
yes,
They
now,
are so good.
boys and girls, or young men and young women?
Yeah.
Yes,
can bowl.
absolutely,
And
yes,
what if they don't own a bowling ball or bowling shoes?
Provided. by the
provided,
lanes.
Okay.
The-
Yes.
Nob Hill provides that for us.
right,
And the other thing I wanted to mention too is wheelchair, ramps,
yes.
Oh.
all of, yeah, mm-hmm.
Well,
So
that's
if
really
you're,
important. I
mhm.
didn't know that.
Right,
Mhm.
so if your young adult needs a ramp, if you think that, oh, no, they can't bowl, they absolutely can. There are all different types of
That's just wonderful.
devices and stuff that we can use to help the athlete bowl. So,
That just does my heart good. It really does. That's just wonderful.
And you know what? When those medals are awarded, their eyes light up, and they don't even really care whether they had first, second, or third. They're just so proud. They're up there,
Yes.
and you know the medals. They come out with the medals, and they announce their names, and they put the medals over their shoulders, and they're just so
It's
proud.
the Olympics.
So
yeah.
it's the
Oh, yeah,
Olympics.
arms go up in the air.
Arms go up in the air. It's wonderful.
Yeah, it's
It
great.
is wonderful. It really is. And when you think of what they accomplish and how many of us probably couldn't do it, it really is quite remarkable. And
Right.
it's great that they have that opportunity to show
Absolutely.
what they
Yes.
can do and learning along the way.
Mm-hmm.
You know, improving their skills,
Exactly.
learning from their teammates. It's just wonderful.
Right,
Yeah.
and it's not even just learning the skill of the actual team, it's learning the skill of socialization too.
Right.
Yes.
You know, and that's so important
Learning
in
to-
all of our adults, and managing, you know, someone beating you, or,
Yes.
you know, like
Yeah.
managing those
Right. Good sportsmanship.
rages, or however you want to say, just, you know,
Yes.
the emotions.
Good
Yeah.
The emotions.
sportsmanship.
Right.
That is something that's very important, especially in today's society.
Yes.
Yes.
I think many more people could have lessons in good
Yes.
sportsmanship. But that is, because you see sometimes in the professionals who should be the heroes, you know, everybody emulates, and then sometimes though, sportsmanship is not so good. So it's wonderful that they learn to lose gracefully.
Exactly.
Or when you win, to win gracefully
Gracefully,
as
yes.
well. Yeah,
Mhm.
that's something that we always try to teach our
Yeah.
young people. So now we have track and field. I did not participate in that. Running, jumping, not so much for me. So what do we do in track and field?
So track and field. So this was my second year coaching. I am a runner. I've done 4 half marathons in Miami. It's such a pleasure. I like running. It relieves stress. It's great. You know. So I'm hoping to provide that for our children and our adults. And so basically, we practice on Saturday afternoons at Freehold High School. They're very generous to donate their high school for us. And we practice on Tuesdays at Freehold Monmouth Heights Swim Pool Club. Yeah. So, and they also donate their place to us. Thank you very much.
Right.
You know, we have about 20 runners that come out, and just because you come out for the team, it doesn't mean you need to compete. We have athletes that come that just want to be part of it socially, just want to be part of it to get in a little bit of shape or something like that, but they choose not to compete later on, and that's fine.
That's good to know.
That's fine.
Right.
That's
Yes.
the same with bowling.
Oh, it
You
is.
You
do
don't-
not
you do
have to
not have to
compete. You can
compete.
just come and bowl, enjoy it, have the socialization, learn your skills, but you do not have to compete.
So that takes that pressure off.
Yes.
Right.
I think that's a great idea.
Yeah, it's totally based on that adult, that teenager, and they'll verbalize. They verbalize to us, and they'll tell us, I'm not ready yet, or and we encourage to move forward, or we say, okay, you're right, let's take your time and get there.
Yeah, 'cause they can achieve at their own level.
Correct.
They set their own individual goals.
Mm-hmm. So our area, we only have 2 track meets, and our first one was area 6 in Long Branch High School, and there we had 16 athletes competing, and we had 19 golds, 15 silver, and 15 bronze,
Wow.
and
Did a great job.
it was and that includes 100-meter dash, 200, which was a new one this year. We added more length, distance. We do mini javelin. We do shot put, which is a brand new one this year
For
again.
both boys and girls.
Yep.
And
Both
this is
boys and
also
girls.
both boys and
Yes,
girls.
this is both
Yes.
boys and girls. We do relays. We do long jump. Softball throw, you name it, we're trying to do it. As long as we have the help with coaches, and we are fortunate that there are 3 coaches, me and 2 other coaches right now. We have 2 fielding coaches, and I'm the track coach, and hopefully we're gonna get more coaches because we just wanna keep adding more. We wanna keep giving more. Thankfully we have such supportive parents, like very supportive. I'm like, I need someone to run this relay over on that side. Can you grab those kids? They do. There's such great
Right.
help, such great help, and we really need that. We really need that help, and and speaking of help, like we need community help. We need, we love the swim club and stuff like that. It's hard for us because it's not paved. We don't have so there's potholes and there's stuff going on, so we have to watch what we're doing. And for our students, it's sometimes hard. For our adults, it's sometimes hard to make sure you're running around the pothole.
Yes.
So
I
we
can
currently,
understand
so we're currently looking for an indoor
Indoor
facility because we would like to start we would start training sooner. So we're currently looking for that.
So maybe someone out there who knows who.
Have an indoor facility.
Yeah, we
That
could
would
have
be
an indoor
fabulous.
facility for track and field. I'm thinking of a few as we're speaking,
Mhm.
who might be able to volunteer their facilities.
I mean, that would be
Right.
great.
And the reason for that is our first event, Area Games, is in May.
May. Mhm.
And we only have outdoor facilities right now. Freehold Borough High School is very generous in offering their track.
They don't have the indoor.
And
We
they
have
allow
an
us to
indoor
use
there,
their
right.
gym if we can't use the track. But it's also hard for them because they have, basketball teams and all other teams that need gyms. So
Right.
there's a certain
And
period
it's
that we
But
have.
we also
all
need
through
to
May.
Right.
exactly. So
Right.
we also need to
Start
with
early.
bowling. We also need to make sure that our athletes stay within the lines of the track and
It's hard to do that in a
baton
gym.
passing and stuff like that. And it's hard to do in a gym.
Yes, if
That-
you're not doing it on a track.
We need
It's
to
difficult.
yes. These athletes need to physically see
Be
it
on a track.
and
Right.
be doing.
Mhm.
So it does, yes, we're very gracious and humbled that Freehold Borough has helped us and
And
but
Monmouth Heights as well. Right?
yeah, Monmouth Heights as well. But it's
It's
we
hard.
need to go a step more. We need the community's help. We need to go a step
To where
more.
we
How do the athletes get to the different locations?
The parents.
Their parents.
Okay.
Yeah, the parents, and the parents are more than happy to do it. I mean, we have tents. They bring tents. We have areas where they all sit and hang out, and it's really nice.
It's
Yeah,
very
great
nice.
group.
What if somebody wants to just come and watch, just be a spectator? First of all, is it allowed? And secondly,
Yes.
how would we know when the games are being held?
Well, I guess right now we're in the process of setting up our website. So I guess once that is final,
They can look there, but they can
They can
also
look up
go
there.
to sonj.org again, because Special Olympics will always have a listing of events that are happening. And they do a ton of different events,
And it's open to the public.
open to the
Open to the public.
yes.
The more the merrier. I mean, the kids love it. The
They
kids
love
love it.
to be cheered on.
Oh,
Mhm.
they love
And
the
as far
applause.
as bowling goes, we're at Nob Hill Country Lanes in Manalapan on Tuesdays
Mhm.
from 4:30 to about 6 o'clock. So anybody who wants
Yeah,
to come and
come.
cheer us on,
Right.
we love
And
it.
is that year round?
That's
That
usually
starts in September and goes through March.
Okay, so bowling is September through March, and track and field is May through
March.
Well,
March
March
through-
through June.
June.
March.
We want to start sooner though. We want
need
to start sooner.
training athletes
Yeah.
sooner,
We
right?
also
That's
I
why we're
didn't
looking for the indoor
cover that we
facility.
had the summer games,
Oh,
which
let's
is
talk
right
about that.
after which is right after area games. So we go to TCNJ and they house us. We stay there for the whole weekend, and the kids, the adults, get this experience of staying
Yeah.
away from mom and dad, and
Yes.
and we get
In the dorms.
in the dorms. They get a piece of college life, which is really
That's
nice. And there, my team, we had 15 runners, and we had 8 golds, 2 silvers, 5 bronze, and 13 fourth place. We
Wow.
did really good,
Excellent.
and it just to see like Cheryl was saying and Sadie was saying, like they stand on the podiums, like you know the first place, second place, third place, and they just love it. They get the real medals, and you know. It's real rules. They'll get disqualified if they go out of their lanes and if they step over the lines for shot put or long jump.
Right.
They get disqualified just like anyone else.
There's no special rules.
There is no special rules.
No.
These are real athletes.
That's just, and I know that we're going to be honoring your teams at one of our Freehold Township Committee meetings. So that's coming up as well. I'm gonna get an opportunity to actually meet the athletes. I'm so looking forward to that. I mean,
Yes, thank you
what
so
they
much.
accomplish,
Yes.
you know, is something that I couldn't run the way they run. I probably can no longer bowl the way they bowl, you know. The swim team, well, that's still a problem with me because I hate putting my face in the water. So I know they can all do it better than I can. But it's just so much that they do. So we also talked about the fact that we need coaches. So if any of our viewers have an expertise or a passion or an interest in any of the areas that we've mentioned, or maybe in an area that hasn't been mentioned, but you would like to talk about it, please, you know, contact Special Olympics and talk to them. And there might be a place for you. It's a great community involvement. And if you have facilities that you think would help our Special Olympics, we're so grateful for the sponsors we do have who allow us to use their
Absolutely,
facilities.
yes.
Absolutely.
But we're always
Appreciate
looking
it.
for more. In fact, I would assume as our athletes get better, we need more
Right, we need to
challenging
expand.
places.
Right.
Yes, we need to expand. So if you have a facility, now what if they wish to donate money? Our viewers are very generous. Do you take donations as well, or there are not donations for Special Olympics? I know there's donations
You can
for
make donations to
Olympics.
Special Olympics, but if you donate to Special Olympics, you can earmark it, let's say, for Freehold Lightning or Area 6. You
Okay.
can just, if you're, you know, giving a check donation, you can
Yes.
write it on your check,
And it will get to you.
and it will get to us.
Okay, because I know many people do donate to Special Olympics.
No, I mean, like we as the track runners, I could say, you know, we're always looking for donations in that way because, you know, we need practice shirts and
Right.
we
Yes,
Same
need,
with
that's why I
bowling.
wondered.
we, you know,
Right.
like, and it sounds funny, but I mean, they kind of want their own camping chairs, you know, like
Right.
I
they
understand.
they
To sit
want
in-
they
right,
want to
in
be
between.
able to
In between,
in
right.
between their races and stuff like that to kind of have a place to be and you know, like they want their sweatbands and they want these things and you know we do provide as much as we can
Yes.
as coaches, but we also are volunteering and providing for them as much as we can as coaches.
Right.
Right.
So donations would certainly help to just step up the game a bit.
Exactly.
Sure, and if anybody wants to donate shirts and a business wants,
Oh.
for practice, we can print on the back. During
Correct.
competitions, it has
It's
to
not
be,
allowed.
as you see, official
Special Olympics.
Special Olympic shirts. But for practice, we can put any business, whatever on the back, so if there's anybody interested in donating, like our bowlers don't have practice shirts at all, and you know,
Right,
they,
our runners don't
a
either, so.
collared bowling shirt would be great, cause it makes them feel more like a cohesive team.
Yes.
Mhm.
And they have their
Yes.
shirt that they wear to competition, but we don't want them wearing that to practice all the time, it'll be worn out. And this way, if there is anybody out there who would like to sponsor us
That'd be
as
great.
far as shirts,
And it's nice also, like you're saying, the sponsorship for the shirts, but it's also nice for people to see when they come into the community and they see us uniformed. And they see us,
exactly.
oh wow, Special Olympics, like
Yes.
that's pretty cool. When we're kind of
Yes.
just hanging out, running or hanging out bowling, they don't know who we are.
Exactly.
That's a very good point. It
Right,
is, because people see the athletes, and when they know that it's Special Olympics, I think it touches a special place
It
in
does.
their heart.
It does.
And
Makes a
and
difference.
it will make them feel as good as this show is making me feel, that we have volunteers who do this, who give of their own time and their own expertise. And I always say our volunteers are the angels on this earth, really, because without volunteers, what would we do with so many things that as a community, as a society, we do?
Right.
And you're three wonderful, wonderful examples of that. It's really very inspirational. It is, that you give so much of your time for these young people. And I know they appreciate every moment of it.
We get a
Wow.
lot back from
Yes.
the
Yes.
athletes.
Just seeing,
Oh,
Yeah.
and also just to get the parents also get a lot out of this too, because they're with other parents who are in the same situation that
Yes.
they are.
right,
Yeah, so they get to socialize
Right.
as
Mhm.
well.
right,
And when you have a special child, sometimes you can
Yes.
feel very isolated.
Yes.
Right.
But this way, you get to be with other parents who know what you're going through.
Mhm. The special needs,
Yes.
and they've addressed it as
Yep.
well, and then you
just
can share in an
Bounce
environment.
off, yes,
Right.
to bounce
And
off ideas,
information,
yes.
that's where you
That's
find
huge.
everything
And
out.
it's yes, they talk, and it's fun what they're doing, and it's like a family, I'm sure.
It is.
Oh,
I'm
yes.
sure it
Absolutely
develops
is.
like
Absolutely.
that, because
Yes.
they're all together doing the different sports. Do some of the athletes or some of the coaches, like your bowling, do you ever go over to see what track's doing, or do you see
Oh,
what?
there's
Yes.
a big crossover between
Yes.
bowling
Yeah.
and
Yes.
So
That's
like
the word
we
I was
share,
thinking
we
of,
share
crossover.
athletes.
Yes,
we share
we
athletes.
share. Yeah, there are
Yeah.
some that do both, some
Oh,
that
right,
only do
because the
track or
times
only
are
do
different,
bowling.
Right.
so they
Exactly.
can.
And we would
Yeah.
never so let's just say like bowling has come first. So I would never make my track practice the same night as bowling if we
Ah.
start track sooner. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? Like
Yes.
so then that crossover could still be.
So
They
you
can
all
still
work together
participate.
that
Yes.
way.
Right.
Yes.
And
That's just
I think
remarkable.
Liz mentioned before that the Monmouth Heights Swim Club is throwing us a
Oh,
big
yes.
party.
Yes.
On
This
Sunday.
Sunday.
This Sunday.
And so both bowling and track the kids will all get to
Will all
be
be
together,
together,
and the
right.
parents will all get to be together.
They're wonderful. They're donating lunch to us and
Really?
Yes,
very,
they
very nice.
Don't
they
forget
have
the ice
been,
pops.
Oh, and the ice pops, yep. And they have been really amazing.
What
amazing,
flavor ice
amazing.
pops? These are the questions.
I know. I think it's a variety.
Oh, good, okay.
Very nice.
Oh, they're gonna have a great time,
They are.
and that's so nice of them to do that.
Yeah.
Yes.
And if you belong to the swim club, it's open to the public that day. So if you belong
Yes.
to the swim club, come hang out with us. We're gonna have a table there. You can see our uniform. We're gonna have pictures of all the events that we've been doing and practices
We'll bring
and stuff
some
like
medals.
that. Some medals. Yeah.
Show them off, show
Yeah.
what you have.
Oh, the athletes
You
will be
know, and when we
proud.
take pictures at our meeting, we're gonna put that up on our Facebook page, so you'll be able to see the teams and the medals that they won and their coaches, so that'll be up on our Facebook page as well.
That's great.
And
Thank you.
and that's gonna be another joyous occasion for us. It's just so wonderful what you do,
Oh, thank you.
and really involves such a wide spectrum of our community, so many areas that everybody gets together and just has a good time while they're learning.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yes.
the best
Yes.
education at all.
Yes.
Yes.
And that's the
When-
number one goal.
When you
Right.
can say, gee, it was fun, and I also learned
Mhm.
these skills, I also
Right.
improved in this, but in the meantime,
And let me
I
tell
had
you,
fun.
they probably teach us more than we teach them.
Exactly.
I would think so, I would
Exactly.
think so.
They are the best sportsmen because
Mhm.
they cheer each other
Yeah.
on. I have never seen any of my bowlers make a derogatory remark, oh, you won the gold, I only got this. They're like,
No.
you got the
So
gold.
happy.
They're
Yeah.
clapping for each
Isn't that
other, they're
wonderful?
hugging.
I mean, I could say that for the track team as well. I mean, if someone gets in sixth place, you would think that they had a gold. You know, like
Right.
we're very much. It doesn't matter. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter
Right.
what it is. You participated. You finished. And that's all that matters.
Right.
You know, as I said before, that's just such a wonderful experience. And they're teaching us, your athletes are teaching us how to be good sportsmen as well as good athletes.
They definitely
Yes,
are.
absolutely.
That's a wonderful lesson for everyone
Yeah.
to learn, that they just cheer each other on. And it doesn't matter if I've been competing with you.
Doesn't matter.
If you win, good for you, and I applaud you winning. That's just really, well, I wish we could bottle that up,
I know.
you
Oh,
know?
Yes.
we
Definitely.
often said that
Yes.
for many
Definitely.
years, you
Yes,
know.
yes.
And even like when you watch like the so-called typical children playing their games and participating in sports, you don't see that. You don't
It's
have
not
that.
as much of that.
Mm.
Our
inspiration.
athletes know how to
Yeah.
cheer everybody on.
And also our parents and
Right.
Yes.
spectators and stuff
Right,
like that.
there's never any bumping of heads. Everybody
Nothing
cheers.
like we sometimes read about in the news. that-
correct.
that-
Not like
Right,
that.
No.
It's everyone, so even maybe one day, who knows, the mayor may show up at one of your events just
Oh,
to.
that'd
That would be
amazing.
wonderful.
Just to see.
We would love that.
Yeah.
I'm just loving everything that you do, so I think that might be fun, especially bowling,
Mhm.
go back to my old home, we used to bowl at Shirlane's as well.
Oh,
So, that would bring back memories.
it would.
From before any of you were born, but still, still memories.
Right.
I don't think so.
So, well, I'm sorry that our time is coming to an end because there's just so much that we've covered, and I know so much more about what we can talk. But most of all, I want the community to know that you can be part of Special Olympics, you can be part of Freehold Lightning, and you can do it in so many ways. Let's see if I can remember all of them. You can come as a spectator, and you can just enjoy being there and seeing our athletes. Notice how I say our athletes, because
Absolutely.
part of the team. I'm on the team.
That's right.
You can, if you have a child, a young adult who's interested, you can get in touch, and they can participate in bowling, field and track, or is it track and field?
Track and field?
I'm never sure which it is.
That's
Track
okay.
and field. Swimming, the
Mhm.
Mullins have the swimming, so they can do that. If you have a facility, if you own a facility, or you know someone who does, and would be able to give them space, especially for running track, I know that they would need it. So if you have something like that, that would be wonderful. If you're a company or organization and you would like to sponsor shirts for the bowling team, and again, for practice, you could put your names on the back.
Yes.
So you could
Could
do
also be for
that.
track too.
Yes.
Track also,
Mhm.
okay, oh, I didn't leave you out.
No, that's okay.
All right, so let me go over that again. For track and field, did I do it right that time? For track and field and for bowling, you can do that. If you wish to make a donation to Special Olympics, or if you do make donations to Special Olympics already, we would appreciate if you could just earmark it, Freehold Lightning,
Area 6, yes.
Area 6, so that the money would go directly to our teams here. And we just thank you in advance for all that you do, and for those of you who are now for the first time getting to know Special Olympics, and think maybe that's something I should get involved with. It really is a great place to be, and you are, as I said before, wonderful for what you do. And I thank you on behalf of all the young adults
Oh, thank you.
who, it seems like there are only 4 of us here, but really in this studio are all those young adults who have an opportunity to learn, to grow, to be a very active part of our society.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
And it's possible because of what you do, and words really cannot thank you enough. But they're all I have. So right now, we'll see later, maybe, we can do more, but I do want to thank each of you, your other coaches, everybody who participates. Please tell your athletes how proud I am of them. I can't wait to meet them.
We will,
And
thank you.
the parents, it's just wonderful what you do. It just has made my whole day, and I know, you know what, I'll be watching the show. We play it over and over. We do, they go on a loop,
Okay,
and you'll see
great.
them. So I know whenever I'm having a down day, I'm gonna see when this is coming up, and I'm gonna watch it again. So until next time, this is Mayor Barbara McMorrow saying stay safe and be well.